I feel really happy though that if I want it, maybe it's the alcohol, maybe it's the wine. I don't know. I guess I just feel really fortunate and really happy that if I wanted to, it'd be okay to cry as long as it was in front of you. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very, very emotional person, and things get to me quite easily sometimes. I'm not wasted, I think. I don't know why. What was it about that poem that made me tear up? Soon, far from the rose and the lily, and fret of the flames would we be. We were only white birds, my beloved, buoyed out on the foam of the sea. Maybe I just really like the way that it rhymed. You know? I think I just liked the way it was structured. I think I just had this moment where I sort of thought about how beautiful it is that we live in a world where people can put words to just put words on paper, and that can be enough for them to live the rest of their lives off of that alone, and that we as a culture will appreciate that for decades to come, centuries in the case of this poem even. God, I feel really fragile at the moment, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Obviously a little bit of it is to do with the alcohol, but I think I've been feeling a lot of really pent-up emotions recently. I don't want to say that I've been a little bit stressed, but I have. There are a lot of a lot of normal things that would be easy to deal with have been piling up or sort of all around the same time, and I don't know, then when I get to sit here with all of you, I feel like most of my stress goes away when I see all of you, because you're the only ones that I need to focus on. The most I need to do is just say things that are funny and respond to a super every now and again, and I feel like I can properly relax because I'm around people that I feel like genuinely really love me. I think that being encouraged to start a channel on Bilibili was actually a real blessing, because not only was I really touched by all of the kindness that I saw from all of my fans over there, but I ran into this video. I wasn't sure, I can't remember who made it, but it was this little edit with some nice music that was just a collection of moments from throughout, early times, maybe right after debut. There was this video. I think it was for my birthday. It was. And it was full of people, clips, some of them that I hadn't seen before, of people saying that I was hardworking, and I struck them as the oldest one of the group, which I am. Literally, I am very old, but I'm a very old person. But to hear from my friends that they see me as mature and reliable, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a really personal story. I hope it's okay. It's not too personal. So, how many of you watched the, I don't know if I should. No, it's fine, it's fine. How many of you watched while I had my offline collab with Mysta and Ike? It was on Mysta's channel. It was a Q&A. And we had this, question, which was, what did you think about the others with you before and after you met them IRL? And so many, I think it was at least 2 of them, they called me dependable. I'm sorry. I've never wanted to cry on stream like this, I'm sorry. And this is more, by the way, than I had during my birthday. It just felt like it was a really big weight off my shoulders, because no one's ever really called me that before, and sorry. I'm trying to think of how best to say this. I've been around people who've told me that I am not a dependable person before, and it has stuck with me for longer than I wanted it to. And so, oh fuck, I shouldn't be talking about so much personal stuff and on stream or whatever, but no, it's okay. I mean, no, it's okay. I guess I'm embarrassed, and I'm gonna drink a little more wine. I feel like I work really, really hard, and I love working hard, especially at this. I've never felt like I've had more of a genuine purpose and more of a reason to to keep going because of all of you. And I think that was really kind of like guaranteed, and I was reminded of how real that was when I met up with all of my friends, and they told me that they felt like they could look up to me and they could rely on me. I gotta switch ears, sorry. Yeah, they told me that, and that night I went off to my room. And for the first time in a while, I cried, and I cried, and I cried so hard. I didn't make noise, but if I could have, I would have just let myself scream as loud as I could have, because I knew that I'd finally found a place where I didn't feel like I was letting people down. Maybe it's from 400 years ago or whatever, that I still feel like I'm trying to repair whatever I did, to cause all of that misery that transpired back then. But I feel so much happier now.